Hello guys, once again welcome to the channel The Nautical Guru. So today video is I will talk about the passenger ship survival craft requirements as per the Solas capacity requirements. This regulation is basically Solas chapter 3 and section 2, regulation 21. Okay, so basically what I am explaining here is for those passenger ships which are involved in long international voyages. So mostly when examiner asks you, or for example you are sailing, mostly you are sailing on the international ships which are going international and on the long international voyages. So that's why I'm explaining only that passenger ship about the which are engaged in long voyages. So if you want to know about those who are engaged in short voyages, same regulation you can read and also mention there. So the Solas says that as for these ships, they must have partially or totally enclosed lifeboat on each side having 50% of aggregate capacity. Meaning of aggregate capacity is that the total capacity of the enclosed or whatever lifeboats are being used. So meaning is that if you are, for example, when we talk about cargo ship, generally there are very less number of crew, for example 25 to maximum 50, but when talk about the passenger ship, there are more number of persons on board. So mainly they can be 400, 500, 600 and more hour. So only one lifeboat is not enough. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lifeboats on the starboard side, 4, 5 lifeboats on the port side. So that means their total capacity, for example 25, one is carrying 25, so there are 4, so that means that 4 mean 100. So 100 will be the aggregate capacity. So as per this, each side, port and starboard, they must have 50% of aggregate capacity. So for example, if we are carrying 200 passengers, so 100 passengers on starboard side, 100 passengers capacity on the port side. So this is the total aggregate capacity. Now if there is also a relaxation in the regulation that you can, if you want to, for example, you can want to reduce, you can replace these lifeboats, with the life rafts. But life rafts, how much life rafts? Though in any case the quantity of the boats, this lifeboats should not be reduced less than 37.5% of the total capacity of person on board, the aggregate capacity. So that means as I explained, 200 persons were there. So as per the first requirement which says 50%, so 100 and 100, this is 50%. Now you want to reduce the lifeboats, so you can do in a way that 237% will 70. So you will you will cut here, put lifeboat of aggregate capacity of 70 here on port side and 70 on starboard side, but you have to put then life rafts for 30 additional person here and 30 additional person on the port side. So this will become 12.5% of 200. So now this life raft which are carrying the remaining, for example 30 in this case, so now this life rafts which will be carried in as the 12.5%, but there is another requirement for them that they must have separate launching device. They must be capable of, of David launch type, and they must be capable of launching with their separate individual. For example, for this, maybe this 12.5% become 12.5% capacity become 75. So you are carrying 3 life rafts on each side. So each life raft should have their individual separate launching device. So that means that 3 on the port side you have this Davids or whatever is used, and 3 on the starboard side. So if you will not carry the 50% and you come to this one 37.5%, then this life raft which are carried in place of the lifeboats must have separate and individual launching appliance on each side. So this was the requirement for the survival craft about the lifeboat. And same, this regulation second part says that you must also have 25% of the total aggregate capacity of life rafts on the each side. For example, you are carrying 100 passengers or 100 persons are on board, so that means 25% will become 25 persons or 25. So each side you must have 25% life raft, or for example in case of, for example, we have this 400 passengers are on board, so that's 25% will become 100. So you must have life raft total, so you can carry at least, maybe this 25% you have to carry 4 life rafts on the port sides and 4 life raft on the starboard side with the capacity of 25 persons. So, and then this life rafts should also be David launched, but they can have only one. You can use only one David for them, or one launching appliance for them. There is no regulation that, for example, whether you are carrying 3, whether you are carrying 2, whether you are carrying 1. This life raft, you can have only one launching appliance for them, and on each side, one on the port side, one on the starboard side. And also, if you are following that 50%, not following that 50%, you have additional life rafts, that 12.5%, then if you can use for these life rafts, you can use the launching appliance of those life rafts. So if you will read the regulation, it will become more clear, but I just break down the requirement for you. So if you like the video, kindly like it and share it with your friends, and kindly also subscribe the channel. Thank you.